sideways, holding tight, praying hard through every fight. Got no wins, but I got pride. Made it through the other side. Yellow flags like warning signs, but I ain't falling for their lines. Got nerves of steel, a shaky hand. This ain't a game, it's fight or land. Saw that 18 catch the wall, 21 spun, took out them all. But somehow I found the lane, like Moses through that fire and rain. Yeah, I thread the needle, dodge the flame, every pile up calling my name. Wrecks behind me, wrecks ahead, but I ain't wrecked, I ain't dead. Sliding sideways, holding tight, praying hard through every fight. Got no wins, but I got pride. Made it through the other side. No checkered flag, no champagne rain, but I kept it clean through the carnage and pain. One more lap, one more breath, a dance with danger, a race with death. Still I thread the needle, feel the flame. Every turn's a twist of fate's game. Wrecks behind me, wrecks ahead, but I ain't wrecked, I ain't dead. Sliding sideways, holding tight, out of chaos into light. No first place, but man, I ride with fire still burning inside. Yeah, I thread the needle in this wild race and ride. Strapped in tight, green lights flashing, rubbers burning, hearts are clashing, tires screaming that southern heat. 200 strong on the NASCAR beat. Lap 5 wreck on turn 4, smoke so thick can't see the door. But somehow I slip right through like a ghost in red, white, and blue. 'Cause I thread the needle, dodge the flame, every pile up calling my name. Wrecks behind me, wrecks ahead, but I ain't wrecked, I ain't dead. Sliding sideways, holding tight, praying hard through every fight. Got no wins, but I got pride. Made it through the other side. Yellow flags like warning signs, but I ain't falling for their lines. Got nerves of steel, a shaky hand. This ain't a game, it's fight or land. Saw that 18 catch the wall, 21 spun, took out them all. But somehow I found the lane, like Moses through that fire and rain. Yeah, I thread the needle, dodge the flame, every pile up calling my name. Wrecks behind me, wrecks ahead, but I ain't wrecked, I ain't dead. Sliding sideways, holding tight, praying hard through every fight. Got no wins, but I got pride. Made it through the other side. No checkered flag, no champagne rain, but I kept it clean through the carnage and pain. One more lap, one more breath, a dance with danger, a race with death. Still I thread the needle, feel the flame, every turn's a twist of fate's game. Wrecks behind me, wrecks ahead, but I ain't wrecked, I ain't dead. Sliding sideways, holding tight, out of chaos into light. No first place, but man, I ride with fire still burning inside. Yeah, I thread the needle sideways, holding tight, praying hard through every fight. Got no wins, but I got pride. Made it through the other side. Yellow flags like warning signs, but I ain't falling for their lines. Got nerves of steel, a shaky hand. This ain't a game, it's fight or land. Saw that 18 catch the wall, 21 spun, took out them all. But somehow I found the lane, like Moses through that fire and rain. Yeah, I thread the needle, dodge the flame. Every pileup calling my name. Wrecks behind me, wrecks ahead, but I ain't wrecked, I ain't dead. Sliding sideways, holding tight, praying hard through every fight. Got no wins, but I got pride. Made it through the other side. No checkered flag, no champagne rain, but I kept it clean through the carnage and pain. One more lap, one more breath, a dance with danger, a race with death. Still I thread the needle, feel the flame. Every turn's a twist of fate's game. Wrecks behind me, wrecks ahead, but I ain't wrecked, I ain't dead. Sliding sideways, holding tight, out of chaos into light, no first place.
All right, folks, we got to end that just a little bit early because we are here for one more night at USRA. This is the finale, season 2, Thursday nights, bringing you all this GT3 action. And we're going to talk a little bit about what the season has been, a bit more about what the next seasons are going to be. We're going to crown some champions tonight. This tonight is the pinnacle, and we're going to bring it to you live right here on American Speed Network. We're going to have some people out there in chat talking it up, talking about their favorite drivers. Looks like just a couple of seconds are going to be left here in qualifying. But we've got our drivers, our championship drivers are going to be here, and they are already showing out in that Pro Sport and that AM division. All three of those drivers are going to be your pole sitters in their division, and all they have to do is start tonight, and it is going to be a wrap. Michael Odell, 5 wins in 8 races so far on this season. He just had to start this thing, and he is out here on the pole. In that Pro Sport division, Grayson Trexler, who is here, your leader, 5 wins in his division, 254-point lead. Got in that AM division, 6 wins on this season in 8 races. He is out here. He is starting this race. He is going to be your pole sitter in that AM division. Welcome everybody into one last show. CKR is saying, I am the best there is, plain and simple. And it looks like Tim is already out there in chat saying, let's go. 5 of 8 is not bad. And you can tell 5 drivers out there in that pro division. We've got 4 in the Pro Sport, 4 in the AM division. So, you know, you've got some cars out here on the track taking on this Interlagos. Let's see if we can pop you up a track map so that everybody can see what is going on. And we're going to pop that up right there with the car number. So you can see that on that right-hand side. We're going to have some other things for you tonight. We're going to bring you some battle boxes, as it looks like we've got a couple of other drivers that we are waiting on to grid up. And then we are going to get this thing rolling. So welcome in one more time. This is race 10 of season 2. Been a very successful season here at USRA. We decided to split these into 3 divisions the previous year, and that is going to be season 1. We did have 2 divisions. This year, 3 divisions. Been very successful. We have had a lot of drivers out here testing these tracks. We've ran them at night. We've ran them during the day. It's been hot. It's been cold. It's been raining. We've went all over the map to bring you races this season, and here it is. It is going to wind up here at Interlagos. We're going to have 65 minutes of action going on. And now it does look like maybe Odell is sitting in the pits. There he is. He is going to start from the pits, as well as maybe Alex going to start from the pits. That is going to turn your race over to Grayson Trexler. Grayson, as you know, the only driver outside of the Pro Division to ever win a race outright. Now, you're going to see a little new tag in the center of this screen, and that is going to be your current leader in each one of those divisions. It'll just help you keep track of where we are. Does look like a little bit of sportsmanship going on, as Odell and Beharry have decided to start from the pits. That's going to be pretty exciting. Yes, Tim, 5 wins out of 8 races. It's been a fantastic run. Alex won 2. I believe you had Ernie Francis Jr. winning 1. That was last year's champion. But we are going to crown Mr. Odell as the champion here in season 2 very, very soon, once this race is over with. But right now, we've got a lot of work to do. As now you can see Miles is going to spread out, hit that left-hand side, going to be underneath of Trexler right off of the bat here. And there he goes. So Miles is going to take over that lead. He is going to be first here. Yeah, great job there by Miles. Let's see if Odell and Beharry have joined. They have. They are out here on the track. There he is in that KSM Media Corvette, that black and gold one. He has got to start from the pits and try to work his way forward. Alex Beharry just a car behind him. Jonathan Marsh saying, let's go 90. Jonathan, where are you at? Have not heard from you in a while. Very good to hear from you. Love to see you out here on the track. Right now, we're going to go back up front. Look at Miles Gilsinger. This is one of your owners here at USRA has decided to come out, and it looks like he's going to get an off track pretty quick. And now Trevor O'Neill, your other owner here at USRA, showing that he has crashed. Let's go back and look at Trevor. Going to be in this Mustang. Oh my goodness. Oh, hard impact. He's going to lose the rear spoiler. He's going to get up on that curb, and that is going to be some really bad, it looks like, rear axle issues there for that car as well. All right, so we're going to go back up front here. Trevor O'Neill is meatballed. Miles starting to stretch away from this short little pack that we've got here. And let's see if we can pop up this battle box for you. As now you can see Grayson, Kurt, Patrick, Rich, and Moskowitz, all 4 of those drivers kind of under a blanket here. As now it looks like Rich trying to find a way around Kurt. Might be able to do it right here. No, Kurt's going to drive that car in. Patrick Rich underneath here. Oh my goodness, close, but Kurt is going to slam the door on Rich. Now Moskowitz is going to get underneath of Rich. Man, this is for second, third, and fourth in that Pro Sport division. The leader of the Pro Sport and your overall points leader, Grayson Trexler, just right in front of those 2 drivers. All right, now it does look like Kurt is starting to put some pressure on the back end of Grayson. Grayson does not need to accomplish anything. These championships are wrapped up, but you know he is going to want to be out here in the booth talking to your broadcaster at the end of this thing. So he is going to try to hold on as best he can. Now, I'm not sure what has happened here to our timing tower. It is showing Trevor O'Neill in the lead, but that is not the case. Just this gentleman right here, Miles Gilsinger, he is going to be your leader overall here. You can see him in that red and white USRA McLaren. Patrick Rich showing that he has crashed. What happened to Patrick? Right behind Kurt. Oh, he's going to get in deep. Oh, pretty heavy damage to the front end of that car. All right, so you got Miles out there leading this race. Grayson Trexler is going to be right behind, about 2.5 seconds behind Miles. And right behind Grayson is going to be Kurt. Now, we've seen Kurt throw his elbows out earlier on in the season. Folks, do you remember just a little bit of trivia? And maybe you can help me remember Kurt winning one of these races and just being ultra aggressive all the way throughout, and that delivered him a win. I don't remember if that was the Glen. Cannot remember this season which race that was, but Kurt was able to bring home that victory. Wade as well, sitting right back there at third. Wade has had a good season. I venture to say this has been one of the better seasons here for Wade. He's picked up a win. All right, we're going to go back and take a look at those drivers that had to start from the pits, and that is going to be Michael Odell, who has went purple, a 32.870. Alex Bihari right behind him. You can see Alex not too far behind. He started from the pits as well, but Odell already up to second in that division. And we're going to go right back up here because this is the battle for your overall lead in that Pro Sport division. Grayson Trexler has it. Kurt Basler wants it. Rich has started to slide back a little bit. You can see him now. He's going to have some pretty heavy front end damage. You can see right over to the center, right between the two headlights, you can see he's got some pretty heavy front end damage where he made contact with Kurt. Right behind him is Odell. So Odell is on the march forward. Now he has a 10-second interval, 2 miles. So keep that in mind. 10 seconds with 7 minutes in. And we're going to continue to check up on that time. It does look like Gilsinger has come to play a 32.214. He's going to go purple. Odell now on the right-hand side of Rich, trying to get this pass done in that Corvette. Rich is going to have the left-hander here. So Odell's going to have to fall back in line. And this is what happens. You just have to, if you start back in the pack, like Odell and Bieri have had to do, patience is going to be key. Now, it does look like he's going to get that pass done on Rich, and that's going to give him a bit of breathing room before he gets to the back end of Scott. Looks like it's going to be about 5.5 seconds to Scott here. Scott is your overall leader and points leader in that AM division. Rory now about 11 seconds behind. So Rory, unless something drastic happens, but we do have a very nice fight here for that second position. Carson all over the back end of Rory. All right, we are now on board with Carson. You can see what he is seeing. Really uses every bit of that track. You can see how he kind of swings out wide to get a really nice angle. He's going to be able to get to the outside here of Rory. Nothing happened. He's going to fall back in line. Man, he is going to have to find a move here, folks. We know he's a little bit quicker. His pace a bit better than Rory right now. But having better pace and finding your way around the driver are two very, very different things. Let's go right back up here. Moskowitz now starting to breathe a little bit of life into this BMW. Now starting to chew on the back end of Kurt's Porsche. All right, everyone, as we start to look at this, the question of the night is going to be, Season 3 will not be too far behind Season 2. What are some of the storylines and the things that you would like to see and look for in Season 3 that we can make sure that Miles and Trevor are going to add here to this production, to these races? Going to be very, very important as that base continues to grow here at USRA. Looks like Josh Perrin now showing that he has crashed. Let's go back and take a look at Josh. You can see him there in that Life Ruiner Porsche. We have not seen Josh so far this year. Good to see him back. Just a high-speed turn. No damage. Right back on track. Nice move there by Josh. Now, Odell has now with purple a 3210. So we talked about that earlier. It was 10 seconds, folks. Now 9.5 seconds. Is going to separate Odell from Miles. So Miles is going to have to start running away, or that is going to wind up being a very close battle. Now Carson all over the back end here of Peak. Carson is 4th in the AM division. Peak 3rd in the AM division. Now Michael Peak has passed Carson to pick up that 3rd position, but all of these drivers right behind Rory. Rory right now is in 2nd position. He's in that BMW, that black and white BMW. Now 9.1 seconds is going to separate Miles and Odell. Michael Peak taking a look underneath the Rory. So Michael has found some speed here. All right, that is going to cool down just a little bit, folks. Let's see if we can go back up here to Kurt. Kurt now starting to get some pressure by Odell. Oh, and Kurt is going to spin it around in real time. The same spot that Josh Perrin lost that car. Kurt now in the same car in that Porsche, going to do the exact same thing. Wow, what a change of events. All right, so that's going to put Kurt back to fourth in that pro sport. So now we're going to have Grayson, who is second overall. But my goodness, is he in a battle with Wade Moskowitz? Wade now is going to swing over to the right-hand side. He's not going to be able to get that done. He's going to try the crossover. There's not a whole lot going to happen there between turns 1 and 2. But he is going to have a very nice run. He's going to stick to the outside, use the draft there by Trevor. Man, Wade really showing a lot of speed. Trevor's going to get off of the track and let these two fight it out. Grayson trying to find some speed here in that McLaren, but this BMW looks like it's braking extremely well for Wade right now. You can see him just using that outside line to get a better momentum, but man, it does look like Grayson is really good through this section of the track. Looks like Odell now was able to get by Scott. Now Odell has Trevor in his sights. There he goes down to the left-hand side of Trevor. Trevor is several laps down, but now Odell's going to have that left-hand side. He's going to get the pass done early. Scott Barry now looks like he's going to try to get by Trevor, but Odell is by 9.9 seconds. So he's lost about 0.8 of a second trying to get through this traffic. I do believe when he has some clean air, we're going to start to run your leader down, but 9.9 seconds, he's going to have to do something pretty quickly here. Patrick Rich still working. You saw Kurt spin that car. Patrick able to take advantage. That is going to put him here in third. Alex Bihari is not far behind Odell, about 2.3 seconds. Odell a little bit quicker through the traffic, but we know Alex has shown a lot of speed throughout this year. And so he now is trying to get by Scott. Rob Odell saying, what is the story on the points? Well, Rob, they really just had to start the race tonight, but I will give you a rundown. Appreciate you asking. So Odell is your leader in that Pro Sport Championship division. He is 177 points ahead of Alex. So he really just had to take the green flag tonight, and that was the end of it. Ben Lawrence is going to be your third place driver. And then Jeff Perchowski is going to be in fourth. Now, Ben and Jeff are not on the track tonight. So 1 and 2 is going to be Odell and Bihari. In the Pro Sport Division, Grayson Trexler, currently your leader right now by about a second, is 254 points ahead of Wade Moskowitz. So again, he just had to take the green flag. Patrick Rich is behind Wade about 122 points. So I believe those two are very secure in their positions. And then in your AM division, Scott Bowery is your leader by 239 over Rory. Scott currently is leading by 28 seconds over Michael Peak, and another second, so 29 seconds to Rory. So he is in great shape. And then Chris Schultz is your third place driver with 2 wins. So I don't think you're going to have to worry about Chris. He is not on the track tonight. So there are your point standings, and there are your 3 champions. That's going to be Scott. It's going to be Grayson Trexler, and then it's going to be Michael Odell. And the caution now is going to come out, folks. I did not see any damage or wrecks. I did see Michael Peak crashing, but I don't think that's going to be a big deal. Yeah, Tim, it's really right. Tim says it's all about the race, win, and bragging rights tonight. Well, I will tell you, Tim, this certainly helps Odell and Alex, as both of those drivers decided to start from the pits tonight, had worked their way back up. Miles looked like he was on cruise control out there in the lead, but no longer, as he is going to have a fight on his hands as that caution comes out here with 20 minutes into the 65-minute race. Yeah, Rob, Odell has the ability just to play some games, do what he wants to do here. He's got this championship wrapped up in season 2 here at USRA. Done a fantastic job. 5 wins out of the 8 races that he competed in. Just a great dominant thing. And I got to tell you, when we look back at our drivers and our winners, that is going to be Odell, Grayson, and Scott. There's one thing that really sticks out to me for all 3 of those drivers this year, and that is clean fenders. It's one of those things that when we get ready to race, we tell all the people in the chat, keep the fenders clean tonight. Do not get into any sort of scuffle. Don't ego drive. None of those 3 drivers have done that this year. They have kept their heads. Some of them have had little bobbles. They've had mistakes. They've been outrun, but they've come back stronger the next week. And it's a great testament to those 3 drivers. And when we crown them as champions tonight, you are going to talk about 3 amazing champions here for USRA. And what more can you hope for? All right, so as you can see, every one of these drivers are going to sneak down pit road. Miles coming to a stop. He's going to get tires and fuel. Michael has shifter problems about 15 minutes before the race. Ah, the cat peed on a shifter. Okay. Harry's saying, just get me into high gear. Listen, Tim, we should run some sort of, you know, I don't know, something little giveaway here. Miles almost looping that car on the exit of what movie that was in. And if you have not seen it, just one of the greatest, it has to be the greatest oval movie of all time. Burt Reynolds might have something to say about that, but man, in my generation and the age that I am, I just got to think that was the greatest movie of all time. Days of Thunder. That is it. Days of Thunder. I have heard rumors about a second Days of Thunder. but it's going to be like an F1 Indy open wheel movie. All right, so let's see if we can reset this for you. Now, Grayson Trexler, he beat everyone out of the pits. So he is going to be right here, but I got to tell you, right behind him is going to be Michael Odell. So somehow he has made his way all the way back up. Now, Gilsinger is going to be right behind him, and so is Alex. So those three pro drivers are going to be back to back to back. So this is going to make for a great run. Now, Grayson had a tremendous battle with Wade Moskowitz, but sitting between him and Moskowitz are three pro drivers and Scott Mowry. The movie Cars, the cartoon movie, started your son's love of racing. I think if you were talking about paint schemes, oh, Wade Moskowitz is going to heat the tires up and spin it. Oh, we've got to go back and take a look. He's going to kill me for looking at this, but Wade. Oh, and he sloops it. Oh, that's just terribly embarrassing. What Wade is saying is nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see here. All right, lights are off on the pace car. We are going to go back green. So what I was saying, Tim, is I feel like the two most copied paint schemes on iRacing is Cars and Days of Thunder. So you've got the mellow yellow car, especially when you look at some of the ARCA paint jobs, the Gen 4s. You know what you do not see a lot of is the Talladega Nights car. I see a few of those, but you would think that would be a little bit more popular than what it is. Rob ran the mellow yellow colors on a Sprint Enduro car. Listen, that would be pretty fun. And a one of the wing sprints cars, I always thought that a mellow yellow scheme would look really nice on the wing sprints. But was it just me, or did you feel like that driver, that car was really Dale Earnhardt? You know, I just really felt like they were trying to portray Dale Earnhardt there. All right, so here we go. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going to get this thing set back up. We're 26 minutes in. This is your final race. Season 2, USRA. Your points leader, Grayson Trexler, in that pro sport. Oh, and it looks like now Odell is going to loop the car. What is going on, folks? What happened to Alex? Did he loop it? Yes, he did too. All of these drivers deciding to loop it. What in the world? Listen, the last race of the season, who cares? Right? Patrick Rich, he's going to loop it. Oh, right there's Bieri. No, he's just going to slow down. My goodness gracious. All right. Pace car lights are still out, which means we are going green, folks. No matter what. Now, it does look like Odell was able to get his spot back. Looks like Gilsinger is going to fan out. They're all going to fan out. Oh, Grayson is going to take that a bit wide. That is going to get Miles all over the back end of him. What a great start by Miles Gilsinger, as he is going to be able to jump ahead of Odell. Now a bobble by Trexler is going to put Gilsinger to the left-hand side. Just a slide bobble, and now Gilsinger going deep in there. He is going to force his way into the lead position. Trexler trying to hold on. Odell is there. Alex right there. Now Alex is going to be on the right-hand side of Odell. He's going to stick to the bottom. And now he's going to shoot the gap and get underneath the Trexler as well. Put Alex up to that second position there, right behind Miles Gilsinger. Now Odell is going to have to battle back. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4 is going to be Miles, Alex, Grayson, and Odell. Miles had a nice, healthy 10-second lead, but now the battle is on as Alex Bihari. And I got to tell you something. We saw him at Laguna Seca. Alex really shows some muscle and some speed. You do not want to see him get out in front of this field. Yeah, Tim, now we are racing. Rob, I have no idea how he got his spot back, but sometimes iRacing enjoys it, and they just like to put him back there. So I'm sure iRacing called that. Miles with a 10-second lead is now finding himself with a mirror full of Alex. Not only a mirror full, but Alex is going to check Miles just a little bit. Alex now off track. Man, this car has found something. This BMW is on the move. That is a dangerous car. Oh, now he's going to kind of clip the curb, almost take out the quarter panel there of Gilsinger. Man, right there he is. It does look like now Kurt Basler has a black flag. We are battling all the way through this pack, but this is your overall battle. So we're going to stick with this for a second. Then we'll start to filter to some of those other battles. Miles with a bit of breathing room, but man, that BMW is just braking so well going into these turns. Odell has now gotten by Grayson, but Grayson is now without his battles, as Scott Mowry is all over the back end of him, with Patrick Rich finding his way back. Rob saying this is phenomenal stuff, and y'all should implement a playoff for Game 7 moments. Yeah, I agree with just waving the black flags unless Kurt has some damage, but man, it does look like Miles is on the block routine. He's going to make Alex go wide, and they are going to get super close here. I just think Alex has got a bit too much pace here for Miles. Miles is fighting for all he is worth. Alex trying to find a way around. It does look like Miles is holding him up. Not only is he going to hold him up, but he is going to put Odell right to his bumper. Odell trying to get some clean air, maybe a little movement right there by Bihari. Again, trying to undercut Miles. Miles he has the elbows out. 32 minutes into a 65-minute race. And we've got 1, 2, 3 here, folks. I don't think Odell is going to be able to get a draft now. It looks like Alex is going to use the draft of Odell, maybe push him around. Alex is there now, and Odell, or it looks like Gilsinger's going to close the door. Alex is not going to take that very much longer. It looks like he might have this pass done. He's in the grass. That did not happen. The grass slowed him down, but he is still over here to the left-hand side. They're going to have to tuck in 1, 2, 3. Odell not choosing to make this a battle for second. He wants Beharry to get by Miles so that those two can fight it out. Miles looking like a driver that is about 3/10 a lap off of these other drivers. And there they go. They're going to touch. They're going to get connected. We've got some fireworks here at round 10. Alex trying to find a way around Miles Gilsinger, and he might have done it right here. Nope, it's not going to happen. Miles again is going to close the door. Odell is going to back off just a little. That is going to pull Grayson Trexler back up. Now we're side by side. BMW, that McLaren, they are left and right of each other trying to find their way around. I do think Alex has a nice line here. That's preferred. Now they're going to touch. Alex is going to have the inside line. It looks like Odell is going to go with Alex. No, he is going to 3 wide. There it is, 2 for 1. Rob is calling it, but Beharry is going to fight back on the outside, and now he's going to close off Odell. A bump between him and Gilsinger. Grayson Trexler's now joined the mix. Patrick Rich is right there. They're going to go quarter panel to quarter panel. Odell trying to get by Gilsinger. He's going to do it. Now Grayson is going to be on the left-hand side of Gilsinger. Man, Miles is putting on a race. He is fighting for everything he's got. It does look like Alex and Odell are now past him. And just a bit of a blinking issue. All right, so now we're going to take a bit of a breath. Woo, and we're going to see what happens. Alex Beharry, I'm telling you, I feel something with this driver tonight. Odell and Beharry, this is going to be your battle right here, folks. 35 minutes in, 30 to go. You know, Odell is going to be stable and consistent, and Alex is going to have to be perfect. All right, let's see if we can go right back here, because it does look like Moskowitz is now going to be on the outside of Rich again. Moskowitz has shown a ton of speed. Yeah, Tim, they did show up to race, and Rob, I agree. Everyone needed to breathe, including your broadcaster, because my goodness, what a fantastic race. And you got to love calling those moments, because sometimes in road you see one follow the other, but my goodness, what a great race we've got going on. And folks, it's not over. Odell is really hunting Alex, and you can see that BMW is pushing a bit wide in some of these high-speed turns, and Odell is just wrapping the apex of these turns extremely well. All right, so here you go. Odell now on the hunt. Beharry looks like he's pushing a bit, and you can tell he's pushing when the rear starts to wiggle, and he's actually getting outside of that racing line. You can see him going a bit wide in some of these turns. And this is where you want Alex to take a breath, get the white out of his knuckles, and start focusing on hitting lines, hitting his braking marks, because he has got a driver right behind him that has won 5 races this year. He is your champion in that pro division, and he wants that one more win. Alex here to play spoiler. Now only about half a car is going to separate these two drivers, both racing for KSM Media. As you can see, they're on the side of that car doing a lot of charitable work. I see them out there in chat. If you need, and if you have a league and you want to do a charity race, these are the people that you need to contact, because they are there to provide as much money as they can for the charity of your choice. Now the battle on. Odell is starting to hunt, and they are searching. There he goes. He's going to shoot down to the right-hand side there of Alex. Nice move. Alex is going to have the left-hand side here. Miles has not given up, folks. Miles is right behind those two. And I got to tell you, if there is a window that's going to be open, that driver is going to take it. So as these two play nice with each other, you have a Huntsman sitting right there in third that is just wanting to find an opportunity to get in here and talk to this broadcaster tonight. Three-tenths of a second. Now 2/10 is going to separate all three drivers. Now Miles is going to shoot down to the inside. He's going to have to fall back in line, and now he's going to get a bit sideways, and now he's going to wreck that car. Miles is going to get off of the track. Did he get into the wall? Oh, he gets sideways and then just tries to catch it. He does not want to get out of the throttle, and he is going to park that car right against the wall. That is going to end his night. So right here is going to be your battle for the win. Now let's go right back here and take a look at Scott Mowry. Scott is your leader in that AM division. Patrick Rich is second in the pro sport. Man, more front end damage there for Rich. Almost in the same spot that he got a bit earlier on the back end of Kurt's car. "25 minutes ago, folks, and we are going to call three champions. And we are going to talk to three winners. All right, as we do every single week, we're going to hop on board with some of these drivers. We're going to see if we can go inside of a lap and see what these drivers see out of that windshield. We're going to hop on board here with Alex. I tell you what Alex is looking at. He is looking at Odell, who has now gotten that pass done. Man, what a move by Odell. We'll have to go back and take a look at it. All right, so there is a lap with these drivers and a lap around this track here with Alex, your second place driver. All right, so now let's see if we can go back and take a look at that pass. See if we can find that pass. Man, just side by side, they go into this turn, and it just looks like Odell has that preferred line. He's going to get that passed on. Alex has a good line on the outside, but he just cannot switch him back over. And there you go, pass secured. Odell out in front, starting from pit road. Now the fight is going to be on. Can Alex come back? Can he find a way 3/10 now we're going to separate these two drivers. Not only 3/10 there, but it does look like this battle between Maori and Rich is going to heat up again. Scott, again, is your leader in that AM division, your points leader in the AM division, up 13 seconds on the second place driver of Carson. So not a whole lot for either one of those drivers to battle on. But here we go. Alex B. Harry, he has not given up in that BMW, right on the back end here of Odell. Looks like their lap times are extremely close to one another right now. Three-tenths separating these two drivers. Now, it does look like maybe Rich has gotten by Maori. No, not yet. Now they're going to touch, and that is going to send Scott off of the track. No. Oh, he's going to try to slow it down. Left front damage as he went for a ride. Oh my goodness. Now, believe it or not, folks, Carson Rowland went black flagged. So that is still your leader in the AM division, 8 seconds up from Rory. Can we go back and look at that again? Just a quick touch here. Bam, right there. And he is off for a ride. He's going to cut the track. He's on the brakes. There are track limits, Rob. I'm not sure what the X count is for tonight. There are off-track limits. That is probably where you're seeing some of these black flags. If you look to the top left on that timing tower, if you ever see somebody have a black square, they're black flag for some reason. That's going to be a track limit issue. And it looks like maybe we had Carson with that issue. If they're black flagged with a orange circle in the middle, it means their car is so damaged, they're going to have to come down and get a fast repair done. All right, everything's starting to settle down, folks, and we have a few bills to pay. So we're going to pop over to this commercial, then we're going to be right back with you.
In the pit lane, the engines roar. Driving GT3, we crave for more. Season one's electric, the thrill ignites. Racing hearts under the floodlit nights. Adrenaline rush, we're breaking free. Side by side, it's you and me. Oh, we're driving towards the sun. Fasten your belts,
All right, folks, we are right back with you here. We talked about this a little bit earlier, Rob. If you see that left-hand side on that Pro Division there with Trevor having that black flag, that is going to be a track limit black. He is going to have to come down and serve. Right now, as it stands, 1.5 seconds is going to be your gap between Odell and Beharry. So it does look like Odell starting to stretch this out on Alex now and get himself in a better position to capture win number 6 on the season, as now Moskowitz getting extremely close to the back end of Scott. That we saw Wade really run down Grayson earlier on. He has since fallen back. You can see there is no bumper on the back end of that car. So he is just trying to make this thing get through the night. As we are now going to near 15 minutes to go in your season. You can really tell these drivers have put a ton of work in on this track. Maybe not the race some of them were looking for, but they know the track. You can just really see the way that Wade and Scott are racing this thing. Got a little wide on that turn. That's going to make him overdrive this one, but he is able to hang on to it. Oh, Wade is going to slide into this turn. All right, 3.6 seconds. It's going to separate your two drivers, Odell and Beharry. Grayson Trexler has a 7.5-second lead over Patrick Rich in that Pro Sport division. Now, Alex has picked up a black flag, folks. This might be a track limit issue. Let's see if he's going to come down pit road. He is going to come down pit road. Track limit issue there for Alex. That might turn second place over to Miles. This battle here still with Scott and Wade continuing on. Man, all over the back end of the bumper here. So about 10 minutes to go in this race. I got to tell you, folks, it has been one heck of a season. Season 2 here at USRA. Really proud and happy to bring you all the action here on American Speed Network. USRA will be broadcasted by another network in next season, but they certainly will be back. So make sure that you stay tuned for all of the information that you need on what channel they're going to be on and where they're going to be broadcasted. But they are going to be back for season 3. A few little tweaks and changes maybe to some of the rules and some of the point systems, but overall you're going to see a lot of these same drivers take on these road courses in this GT3 car next season. So make sure that you stay tight and close here to all of the information and the rules changes, everything that's going to go on. Yeah, Rob, no penalty for bump and runs unless it gives you a 1x, 2x. Then certainly the track limits would come into play at that point. A lot of these same drivers going to take on the Daytona 24. And a few of these drivers could be in your top split, so make sure iRacing always broadcasts that top split at Daytona 24. So you'll see a lot of these same drivers out there. Rob, I will not be broadcasting the 24. I will be retired from broadcasting after this race. However, several of the USRA people will be racing and streaming that Daytona 24. So you'll be able to catch them on some of their streams. They stream on Twitch. Drivers like Josh Parrott, I know, streams. I do not believe that Grayson streams. A couple of those other drivers stream. So make sure that you stay tuned into some of those drivers. I'm sure that Odell can tell you everyone that's streaming. Now, Moskowitz is going to get loose. Yeah. Do not sell your rig. We want you to keep racing. That is what the beauty is of this thing. Michael peeked out with the black flag. You can see he has crashed, so he has probably hit that track limit. So he's going to have to come down, get that drive-through penalty completed. This fight is still not over. 16 seconds now is going to separate Odell and Alex. 8 seconds is going to separate Grayson and Patrick Rich. Scott here right behind Wade Moskowitz is going to be about 7.5 seconds in front of Rory, and that is going to be for your AM division. So those 3 drivers that we talked about before just really needed to start this race are leading. So you're 3 champions, and I'll tell you what, folks, maybe we bring those 3 in together tonight. And we just bring them in the waiting room at the same time, pop them into the broadcast channel, just have a conversation with them about what it was like this season, what they can look forward to, and some ways that you can stay connected to them throughout this off season. When we go back to another season of racing here at USRA, Wade and Scott have just decided to battle on, and on they go. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring all 3 of them in at the same time. Give them the opportunity to talk about their season and kind of do a 3-person interview at the end. I think that would be great here for USRA. But I will tell you, we have seen some fantastic battles. If you look over these 10 races, we have called some fantastic racing, some great crashes, some great saves. A lot of fantastic victories, some amazing races this early on between Miles, Alex, and Odell. What a fantastic race. Don't forget that Odell and Ernie Francis race there at Spa, Alex at Laguna Seca. There have been some races this year. Kurt Basler putting on a heck of a show one race. The domination of Scott, Grayson, and Odell in all three of those classes has been nothing short of spectacular this year. Yeah, Rob, I don't know if Ernie is running a whole lot. He's doing a lot of IRL racing. So I'm not sure if he's doing a lot of iRacing. Now, it looks like Moskowitz is going to come down and get some pit service completed, as now it looks like he has been black flagged. And that is going to be for too many off tracks. Ernie is still in the Discord, still looking and running some endurance races with the USRA team. So look to have him back. I do believe, not to spoil anything from Miles, but this USRA has and is currently putting together a pro team for endurance races. So certainly looking to be competitive on a big stage here. 15 seconds now is going to separate Michael, Odell, and Alex. Only 4 minutes remains in this season. Everything looks to be fairly wrapped up. As long as he's all these drivers, and that is Odell, Grayson, and Scott, as long as they can keep this thing straight for the next 4.5 minutes, we are going to crown 3 winners and 3 champions. Man, so here he goes one more time. Now Miles Gilsinger is going to get that black flag. So these track limits are starting to come in play now for quite a few of these drivers. As Miles is going to fall victim to that and have to come down pit road. Alex having to come down pit road a little bit earlier because of track limits. Man, what a great job by this driver, Michael Odell, all season long. This looks like this is going to be 6 wins. He is 13 seconds now out in front of the next driver behind him. Grayson Trexler is really the next driver on the track, about 14.5 seconds back. But here you go, 13. It looks like 1:03, so we might have 2 more laps. I did not see that white flag come out, but what more can you say about KS Sim Media Michael Odell this season just putting on one dominant performance after another, making sure that he stays calm, steady, secured in that Corvette. That car has been on a rails at every single track, having to miss a few races. I think one race overall here because of real life racing. But looking and eyeing a 6th victory tonight. Looks like he is starting to track down Michael Peak, but he can kind of just relax, take a nice victory lap here. What a great season coming on board with USRA. And here you go, coming around that pit road entry one last time. Checkered flag is in the air. You're a champion in that pro division. You're a winner tonight, Michael Odell. And here comes your winner in that pro sport division and your champion one more time, Grayson Trexler. Flashing those headlights in that Porsche, that AM division. Scott Mowry picking up another win. Just as dominant here in that AM division. Scott, taking home your checkered flag for one last race tonight. And man, he is not going to waste the moment. He is going to rotate that car around and start cutting some donuts. Alex is upside down. Where is he at? There he is. Burning it down for his teammate, maybe for himself a little bit. Who cares? We're ending this season. Odell trying to help him get flipped over it. Now we just have all kinds of melee now. He can't get back over. Everybody's tried to help him. Everyone's tried to help him. Oh, we're coming down pit road wide open. And now we're going to slow it down. Bringing it to an end. What a fantastic job by all of these drivers. Let's see if we can pull them up into the booth. Let's see if we can back this up a few laps. And see if we can find all of our drivers. We've got Grayson in the waiting room. Let's see if we can pick up the other drivers. And it looks like we need to talk to Odell and Scott. Right now, just Grayson. So we're going to give him just a minute, folks. All right, we've got two. Let's see if we can get one more. We need Mr. Scott. To pop into our waiting room. So there you go. There are your three winners tonight. That is going to be Odell, Trexler, and Scott picking up the wins, and all three of those drivers picking up your championship. Now, we do have all three of them in the waiting room. Let's see if we can pull them into the booth. Hey, Scott, this is John in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep.
All right, so hang on just a second. We're going to see if we can pull everybody into the booth. Uh, Michael, this is John.
Everybody.
You got a copy?
Yep.
Wait.
All right,
I
so
think all of us got a copy. Everyone's here.
you do. Listen, we have decided, and the chat has decided. We're going to bring all three of these championship winners in the booth, picking up another win for each of you tonight. Fantastic job. But we'll go right around the horn and not only talk about tonight, but really what it has been like here at season 2, picking up a championship for each one of you. And Scott, we'll start with you. They're in that AM division. Again, another dominating performance, winning this thing. What do you have to say to everybody out there in chat, how your season was, what we can look forward to here in season 3?
Honestly, it was a blast, and I think the biggest thing I have to say is watch out, Pro Sport. I'm coming for you next season.
All right, so there it is. Gauntlet being thrown down there, Grayson. So, Grayson, over to you, my friend.
Yeah, no, it was a fun race. It was really entertaining for about the first half, and it was kind of lonely for the second half. So fun race overall.
Yeah, and Mr. Odell bringing home yet another win, having to start from the pits or wanting to start from the pits, having a little bit of fun tonight, able to bring home the victory. How has it been this season? How was this race? What do we have to look forward to in season 3?
Well, it's been really fun with actually winning the pro championship now in the first go. So I could say I did try once, win once. That's awesome. 5 families. Whoop whoop. Now it's just gonna be seeing if next season, hopefully, we get a few more numbers in here from Pro Sport and a couple new entries and keep the competition rolling.
Yes, sir. And congratulations to all three of you. And that is Scott, Grayson, and Michael for fantastic runs this year. I mean, just dominating performance all the way up and down the board. And I have a feeling, Grayson, you're going to be seeing that pro division. Scott, you're going to be in that pro sport division. And then we'll have a whole nother champion in the AM division. But Scott, fantastic job winning that championship this year. We'll turn it over to you, man. Let you give your shout outs.
Yeah, I just got to shout out everyone for some good racing and honestly making it all worth it. It was fun showing up every night and having some good people to hang out with and race with. So just got to say thanks to everyone who came and showed up.
Grayson, over to you, my friend.
Yeah, I'd like to thank all my Team John Houston teammates. Michael, who's in here with us, John Houston, who chose not to race tonight, and Alex Bahiri, who I got to beat tonight because he got too many off tracks. So good team all around, and glad they showed up and ran with us.
And Odell, the last words for this season, over to you in that pro division.
Well, as I started off for the first time they were able to do it. Shout out to the 5 families for being here tonight for the last one. Shout out to the mom and dad. And hopefully we can go back to back with the pro titles.
You did it. So congratulations to all of you drivers, the John Houston race team, and Scott for bringing home a fantastic championship. USRA, that is season 2. We're going to bring you season 3. It will not be on American Speed Network, but it will be to you very, very soon. And we know all of you drivers are going to be doing some additional racing, some endurance events, things like that. Where can they find you guys in that off season before season 3?
For me, which is Michael, I have my own YouTube. I'm currently trying to go pro IRL. So if you want on Instagram or TikTok, just put Michael Odell in. Should be the first thing that comes up, hopefully. And just follow along as we try to make a pro career.
You've got it. And make sure, so folks, everybody out there, just remember that if you want to follow along, not only from one of your favorite drivers out here on iRacing, but in real life, make sure you go to his YouTube. Grayson, Scott, either of you guys doing anything in the off season?
I'm just hoping to get some endurance racing in and hopefully a few of the KS Sim special events. We have a TCR race at VIR coming up, so if anybody's interested in that, head over to their Discord server and get the info.
Scott, anything from you?
I'm gonna be relaxing. Gonna go skiing here and there.
All right. So Scott taking a break. Listen, the grind for Michael never ends. Grace is going to put in some endurance races. So if you want to follow these three individuals, you can certainly do that. If you don't want to see them, then you can certainly see them on season 3. So for all three of you, congratulations again on one hell of a season. Congratulations on your championships. And we're going to talk to you very, very soon.
Thanks to you for the broadcast. Glad
Yep.
we can put on a show for you.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Thanks, John.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, so there are your 3 drivers there putting it in victory lane and claiming championships. All 3 of those drivers, one heck of a job this season. That is going to be it for us here at American Speed Network this year. Make sure that you stay attached to everything USRA because season 3 is coming up. And if I know these guys, it is not going to be a very long break before they are right back here bringing it to you. All 3 of those guys, as you talk to Grayson, Michael, and Scott, they can all tell you it is a place to be. They're going to be back next year. They're going to be running again, and they're going to expect you to come in and make sure that that you give them that support. So for all of you guys, everybody out there in chat, Rob, Tim, everybody that joins us every single week, we certainly appreciate that. Certainly appreciate you coming in and rooting these drivers on. For us at American Speed Network, USRA, we want to say thank you very much for being here, being a part of our family, being a part of what we do. And we're going to talk to you all very, very soon.